All right, going to try again another New England Patriots 2026 NFL draft target. This time we're going to talk about Jaren Kanak, a MUX tight end from Oklahoma, who caught my eye very early in the season. And not in the way most tight ends do. It wasn't a contested catch or a seam touchdown or a highlight rep. It was usage. Oklahoma was moving him around with tight splits, short motion, backfield alignments, and the defense kept having to declare. Safeties had to bump, linebackers hesitated, nickel defenders checked inside leverage. That's when it clicked. Kanak wasn't being featured, he was being selected. The offense was choosing where to deploy him based upon the defensive look, not just the call sheet. That's not just accidental usage. It's not normal for a player who is still relatively new to the position. It's his first year as a tight end. From that point on, Kanak stopped reading like a tight end evaluation and more became a systems piece. A player whose value shows up in how the offense functions snap to snap. That's where this MUX fits in, or a multiplier if you're somebody in engineering. But again, I have to point out, this guy played linebacker for 3 years, and you can see that in his game. He's got quick reaction, good instincts, change direction, great athlete. I think he is one of those guys you put as a true roster designation athlete, or what they put down as an ATH. This guy does just about everything. And he was even an intriguing high school QB prospect when he was coming out. So for the Patriots, we're looking for fresh help at the tight end position. Need somebody who can help with blocking, some fullback, some H-back, some depth on special teams. Kanak being that MUX player that can do everything could be a great option at some point in this draft. Now let's go over some production real quick. Freshman year, 2022, 24 total. He had 24 tackles, along with a forced fumble recovery, but notably played in all 13 games. Sophomore year, 62 tackles, 27 solo, 35 assists, 6 tackles for loss, 2 sacks, a forced fumble, 2 pass breakups, 9 starts, I believe, that year. In 2024, saw a reduction. I think that was mostly scheme, but only 17 total tackles, but did have a fumble return for a touchdown. Limited defensive production, though. That was one thing. So this past year, this guy makes a move to tight end. 44 receptions, 533 yards, so 12-ish yards per reception. And he started all 13 games. So a little bit of everything, and also some special teams thrown there. And again, I use the word MUX. In engineering, it's a multiplexer, right? MUX, which means you're taking multiple inputs and routes and you're going into one signal, right? So one signal to the output based on the context. That is what Kanak's offensive identity really is. He's not defined by alignment. He's not defined by touches. He's not defined by selection. Slot, H-back, is he a sniffer, a wing, a motion piece? Same player, different input, but the offense will decide. Kanak is the connective tissue that lets an offense change the picture without changing the personnel, right? So he's out there, you're changing him around. You're not giving things away. You're moving him around. He's the selector, right? So it's very interesting. Again, he's got this MUX background. He's a former QB, a former linebacker. He converted to tight end. He's got the special teams. This combination matters because most tight ends learn where to line up, but Kanak understands why he's lining up there. As a former QB, he recognizes how defense will respond to the motion as a linebacker, and how the linebackers are going to carry the routes when safeties rotate late. That processing speed allows him to function as more of a route runner, and he becomes a very different coverage interpreter. This is why the impact often shows up before the ball is snapped. And I think the Patriots could definitely use him in a variety of ways. Obviously from the slot, that's where a lot of his snaps came from. He did come in line, but in this case, he'd be a large, intelligent outlet receiver. Works on leverage rather than just pure speed, even though this guy can cook. I believe he was like a 10-3 100-meter runner in high school. I think he'll probably show up on the combine. It'll be interesting to see what he does there. But anyway, understands how to sit in zone windows, adjust routes based upon the defender depth, and he's going to be a reliable chain mover if he develops. He doesn't need separation by pure explosion, but he's got the anticipation, he's got the instincts. Again, this guy knows what the defense is going to be trying to do. He's a former linebacker, and he's also a former quarterback. So he knows who he's working with, and who he's going up against. Now, he also looked great as an H-back or a sniffer or like a wing. So, you can use him as like a functional insert blocker. He's very assignment sound. He's very committed to it too. He threatens flat. You can go out the leak and go over wheel concepts. So still not just a blocker. You can actually have some decent routes from come out of the backfield. Definitely is going to force linebackers to honor the run fits and coverage responsibilities. So he's going to have some opportunities off play action when defenses loses eye discipline, because he's going to be able to go out there and manipulate the responsibilities. Also can use them in motion. So he's going to force defenses to declare man or zone. Just going to allow the QBs to identify coverage without tipping the play. Changes strength, leverage post huddle, and creates favorable matchups without substitution. This is an important utility because, the Patriots be able to use them in motion to help clarify. Not really that like silly motion that people like that is decoration. We're looking for clarification. Now, for the downside, he's not going to be a true inline Y. I think he's like 6'2"-ish, 230s. So his blocking will be functional and will be dominant. He won't be like some sort of big red zone bully. And, he's got physical traits, but it's going to be more of the understanding. He's not just going to be able to out-jump, out-maneuver, run people over. He's a great athlete overall, but I don't think he's got any one particular trait that's going to make him dominant as a big receiving tight end. You're going to have to use him in a variety of different ways. I mean, he is going to be coming out as a tight end. He'll be in that, bucket, but really his designation is probably more of like an H-back, right? Or like a joker tight end, which again, I mean, this guy can block. He's good in space. It's something that the Patriots could work with. I mean, maybe he's something that's a little bit more dynamic than Westover. And I'm sure the guy, he's 230s, 6'2", 230, willing blocker with decent hands. He's got good wheels. So, if you put on some weight, you wouldn't exactly be slower, or a lot slower, still be pretty fast. So bringing him in, you're going to have some options. And the Patriots, I know it's not Belichick, but who doesn't like a player who could do multiple jobs? And it's going to give you some personnel flexibility over specialization. It's going to have good situational intelligence. And McDaniels, he's going to want to stay unpredictable without swapping out bodies. Again, you put him in there, you don't know exactly what he's going to do, right? Because you can put him at just about anywhere. So I would say maybe like a TE3 type of designation, offensive utility athlete, slot adjacent mismatch guy. Again, more of like that H-back sniffer, like in a 12 personnel, but that's still going to give you ability to use him as a coverage identifier for developing QB like Drake May. And of course special teamer. The guy can block. He's got wheels. So, he's going to be good on both coverage and return. He's a former linebacker. Could throw some trick plays in there. I think he even threw for a touchdown this past season. So ordinarily that was a 2-point conversion. But he's the type of player who logs meaningful snaps without gaudy touch totals. The offense simply works better when he's on the field. The big thing is can he keep developing as a receiver? Because he's got decent hands. He does. I think he had like at least one fumble this past year, but it's 1 year, senior year as a tight end at Oklahoma. The production and like their trust, and the guy's got some room to grow there. So maybe he's not a pro type, but again, multiple alignments, multiple responsibilities into one body, one dude, one chosen signal per snap. Again, that's what's going to make him a MUX, which is like you can throw a whole bunch of things at the guy and he's only giving you one signal to the defense, which is him, and you just don't know what he's doing, right? He's the unknown. He's the joker here. One player, many inputs with a clean output. So where do the Patriots, want to target this guy? I really don't know. And the big thing is I don't know where the rest of the league's going to look at this guy. Because, tight end, what's he going to say? Okay, he's got to catch the ball. He's got to block. And both of those things are in development. They're not bad. They're just in development. They're not as polished. So you don't really understand where the high end is to this. It's just the utility's maxed out. His utility grade's 100%. Like, you can use them just everywhere. So I guess you would put him as a day 3 fit right now, and develop him as a slot wing H-back mismatch weapon, and obviously a special teams contributor, which I think is totally worth a draft pick. I guess maybe it's trying to figure out where other people see him, because it's not like he fits cleanly onto a tight end board, right? I mean, he's such an outlier in that respect. I mean, is he the 5th best tight end? Well, we don't even know, because it's, again, he's like his own separate designation in this draft. It's very interesting. So, the Patriots like him. Maybe he'll have to be like, 5th. One of those, I think they have a 5th, 6th rounder thrown in that range maybe. But we'll see. Anyway, what do you guys think of Jaren? Do you think the Patriots go after him? If so, when? Let me know in the comment section below. If you guys like this content, please like and subscribe.